Georgia on the logo, celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0. The Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Not again.
Lead flicker to get the night started. Downfield looking for Godwin. Into his hands. And guess which Dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it. Sonny Michelle will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
And Bobo throws that thing in the end zone and
yes! Touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line!
Sigue Ringo, corta dentro, Ringo, touchdown! Georgia!
Georgia Bulldogs bludgeon their way to back-to-back. Glory, glory, Georgia, as the fight song says.
This is our love for each other. 1 + 1 = what? 3. We are better together and we are connected.
This is Robert Iron E. Singleton, a.k.a. D-Dog from The Walking Dead, or Alton from The Blind Side, and you are watching Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, guys, go Dogs, sick 'em.
Happy New Year, and welcome into the first episode of 2024 of Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. Listen, man, it's been a little different this off season. I guess our off season started, December the 30th. It's been a little different watching these playoffs, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about this recruiting class and some of these transfer portal guys, and man, and how some of these guys might help us, man. So, without further ado, before we bring our guys on, you do know we're sponsored by the Tailgate Kings. All right, man, let's go ahead and bring our co-host on this show, man. Hey, first up, man, we got our guy, Shawty Parker. What's going on, Shawty?
what's going on, Coach? What's happening, man?
Hey, it's a new year, new day, man. Time to get a new streak started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, for sure, man. 23, let it be. 24, let's go.
That's right, man. I like that, man. Next up in the building is our guy, JV. What's going on, JV?
Hey man, my dog coming out the doggone gate shooting them with the sayings. I love it. Shawty Parker. Listen, man, like you said, Coach, it's a new year. It's a new dawn. Let's get ready to go ahead and run this thing like we supposed to do. It's natty or bust for us, baby. We in January and it's natty or bust. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Let's talk about these guys who are coming in. I'm excited. Excited for a new year. Excited to be here.
That's right. Another chapter coming, man. And it's our guy, CA Corey Allen. What's going on, CA?
Man, I'm excited to be back in the building. I'm hating. It's a lot of four eyes going on out here, and I'm jealous of what Thad got going on. Yeah, we done all grew up a little bit.
Hey, time to reassess the situation.
The game didn't change. We got
NIL kicked in.
Yeah, everybody, we up a little bit, we trying, but I'm glad to be in the building, couldn't be happier than to sit with my guys and talk about my Dogs. Great season, didn't get the result that we wanted, but, I love how we finished. I'll say that much. I love how my guys represented and then just, take that night off. You can embarrass yourself doing like that, and I'm going to let you wear those shoes if you earn them. Aside from that, go Dogs. I'm excited to be here.
That's right, man. That's right. I'm with CA, man. I'm glad that we finished the year strong, man. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of positive vibes can spread throughout the program and continue into next year. Show some of those young guys. Some of these guys we're going to talk about today already on campus. I want to say 21 of the 28 high school recruits actually enrolled early and was practicing with the Dogs, so they got to see some of that coaching, man. So I think that was a big thing, man. Let's say shout out to some of the people in the building. Y'all already know it's New Year, same thing. Shelby, First Lady, she up in the building. Number one recruiting class again, go Dawgs. That's right. Number one recruiting class. Kirby does it again. That's right, man. All right, Sooner Legends podcast. Oh, Mike Wilkerson, what's going on, my man? Glad you up in the building. Shout out to Mike. And then Outlaw College Football. You're a Bama fan, but he said great graphics, and he up in the building. We appreciate you coming up in here.
Everybody welcome.
Way to let the SEC down. Way to let the
Don't
SEC
do that.
down.
Come on, Jay. It's early, JV. Well, hold up. That man just got in the room, and you shoot him. You about bad.
Hey, I'm just responding to what he said in the chat.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Okay. Well, then you did right. Let me get out the way. I know
he did shoot the first shot. Hey, that's what he do, but that's all right. I got E-Rob in transit right now trying to make it, man. He say, go Dawgs, man.
Get in here.
Hey, man, listen. Again, we're at the point now, fellas, where not making the playoffs but only losing one game is almost like a down year. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's where Kirby got the program at, though. I mean, we had a good year, but it ain't where we want to be, and that's a testament to what he doing up there in Athens. Anthony White up in the building say, "Happy New Year, gentlemen, go Dawgs." We appreciate you, Anthony, for stopping by, man. Stat guy in the building say, "Happy New Year to the Dawgs." That's right. Hey, man, we had to talk about how he gonna keep this thing going and how we gonna make another run for this thing in the first year of the 12-team playoff, fellas. 12-team playoff, and we got a lot of guys coming in, man. We're gonna talk about them. We'll go position by position, and we can talk about any recruit you want to talk about in that position, whether it be high school or transfer portal. You know what I'm saying? So we'll talk about that. Let's talk about the one that was the position that was I guess the most talked about in the offseason from recruiting day, and it was quarterback. And the reason why it was talked about is because we lost Dylan Raiola. If you keep up with the news, a lot of us seen that coming. Hey man, he up in Nebraska, do your thing. But we got some guys in, and we just got a guy yesterday, man. The guy from UNLV, he's a redshirt freshman, man. Jaden Mayava. I hope Jaden, if you watching, dog, I hope I did not butcher that last name, man. But Jaden Mayava, he threw for over 3,000 yards, 17 touchdowns, but he did throw it to the other team a little bit. It was 10 interceptions, but he's a young guy. You know what I'm saying? 6'4", I want to say like 220. So another one of those pocket presence guys, Ryan Puglisi, high school recruit who was the number 6 quarterback in the nation. He's another one that stands about 6'4" with a cannon for an arm. Listen, I'm telling you, man, like if you watch Ryan Puglisi's huddle highlight from his senior year, man, there's some throws on there to let you know the dude got what it takes with that arm talent. I would have liked to have both him and Raiola, but I definitely don't feel like we're needing anything with Raiola. I mean, with Ryan Puglisi, and especially now that we added Jaden Mayava. Any of y'all got anything? Go ahead, CA.
I was just gonna say we wouldn't have had both of them for long. The way this portal is set up, man, it's hard to maintain consistency in that quarterback room. I don't think Raiola is going to be in Nebraska more than 1 year. He'll be in the SEC in 2025, whether he's wearing red and black or some other color. I don't know, but I just feel like that room is always going to be in flux because it's too much money at stake. These kids know they can come in and get some experience and then just become re-recruitable. You know, you just jump right back in the fold with more opportunities for playing time and money. So I like Puglisi. I definitely like his strong arm. I think when we looked at Raiola versus Puglisi, the comparison I heard was Mahomes versus Josh Allen. Whether it pans out in any way, form, or fashion close to that, you know, is yet to be seen. I like the UNLV kid. Yeah, he took some chances, but he was playing on a team that wasn't, you know, very successful. He took a lot of chances trying to make plays. I like having that type of temperature in the room as far as just challenging everyone, you know, knowing I feel strongly about Carson Beck. Coach, I'm gonna have to tip my cap to all of y'all. You know, I was last to get on the Beck ship, but what we got in him right now, I can't ask for much more. I just want that room to be solid. So I think we've had a great offseason, you know, to answer that question succinctly. And I'm excited about all of the positions because you asked how is Kirby going to be able to maintain this level of this standard, this level of success, and that's not to allow complacency. I mean, you know, the guy I know, that head coach that we have right now, is not going to stand for that. You know, he's not looking back. He's always going to push forward. So I'm going to lean on that. I'm anxious to see who's ready to come in here and compete, because we find out quickly who isn't. You
Big
know,
facts.
they jump in that portal fast now, and you know, that's on you. There's no guaranteed success there. You either got to be ready to work or you're not.
That's right, man. Shout out to Outlaw College Football for the $5 donation, man. He said,
Appreciate you, Outlaw.
He said he can bring some Crimson Heat, both Alabama and Oklahoma. He said, you guys look like you can lay the smack down. Shout out to Outlaw, man. We appreciate you, dog. You had a good point, man, with the whole transfer portal thing, and me and Shawty kind of talked about it, you know, before New Year's. But these guys are coming in, and if they don't play, it used to be 2 years. I thought, you know, it come in 2 years, then they hit the portal. Man, we had some true freshmen, you know, roll out on us this past off season. So, but that's right. If you get 2 elite quarterbacks, if they both pan out, you're not going to be able to keep them. I mean, you know, Brock Vandegrift, you know, shout out to him.
2 elite anything.
Big, well, you know, but some other, you know, some other positions get more on the field. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just.
But yeah, but like me and Shari talked about, listen, as much as I would have liked to have both of those guys, I'll trade that Raiola deal to have Carson come back for another season, man.
True.
Any day and twice on Saturdays, dog, because Carson Beck is that guy. Probably, listen, if everything go like it went this year, probably going to be the first guy off the board at QB next year. And, you know, listen, they already talking about that. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, and then the drop-off, you know, inexperience, not talent, but inexperience. That's what me and Shawty was talking about, you know, in the offseason. If he hadn't come back, fellas, you know what I'm saying, we didn't have many snaps back there.
Right.
And I'm
the clock.
I'm counting the guy that's coming in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but he ain't coming in. He coming in from no SEC team. It's a different ball game over here. So
it don't matter. That's a total reset, man.
Right, man. Shout out to Maurice Dickinson. He say, Happy New Year, brothers. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Drakeford, what's up, boys? Happy New Year. Appreciate y'all stopping by. B. Miller in the building. He say, Happy Father's Day. So, you know, I said we'll be back at Hungry as Hell. That's right, man. We will be.
Sure, better believe it.
Happy New Year's. Go Dogs. Appreciate all y'all getting in, man.
Go Dogs.
Hey, man, but I think right now, man, where it stands, you know, health-wise, we got four scholarship quarterbacks on the roster. You know what I'm saying? We got Gunnar Stockton still in the building. Ryan Puglisi is that, you know, that high school recruit, Jaden Mayava, and then, of course, Mr. Carson Beck himself. Anybody else got anything on these quarterbacks before we move on?
Nah, man, I'm so happy Carson came back. Like, man, that just put us on a whole different echelon of expectation, but also deliverables, I think, for this team with the new guys coming in, because nobody affects the total team like a season shot caller, man. The guy taking the snaps. So he can get everybody else in line. I think it's going to be a good season for us, bro. I'm talking about Natty or Buzz. I'm just going to keep on saying.
That's facts. That's facts.
I mean, not to jump in, but I keep going backwards. That game meant a lot for a lot of different reasons when I look at that bowl game. When you look at a guy like Carson Beck making that decision to return along with a few other players, that's how you build that continuity. That's how you let these younger players know it's important. That's the kind of stuff prevents the drop-off. I mean, just like Thad said, we were almost forced to reset the clock. And to not have to do that with the talent coming in and the talent that decides to stay, that had to be a hard sell to get Carson Beck to come back.
I think so.
He's either the right type of kid, which is highly likely, or Kirby just put that thumb on him like, baby boy, this is your best decision. This is the best thing for you. If you want to get that goal you set coming in the door, let's go ahead and finish the drill without having him, you know, stay in the fold, man. I think it's extremely important, and these young players see that, and that's going to push us through a whole offseason. You know, just like JV said, that you got that guy in the fold, you can't come with less than he plans to bring.
Right. You know who Carson Beck's best friend supposed to be?
Who that?
Moving forward, Mike Bobo. I mean, that takes so much pressure off our OC as much as we want to say he had a great year going in, which he did, he's going to have a lot of pressure put on him coming back next season. And I'm hoping I'm not jumping the gun on any future subjects or anything.
Oh no.
But like we saying, just to echo you guys' point, Carson Beck coming back, man, that takes a lot of pressure off our OC.
Big facts, man. Shout out to Anthony Timmer getting in. What's going on, Ant? He say, how y'all think the running back room gonna work out? Do we have any game breakers this year? That's who we was moving on to, man. I'm gonna let one of y'all jump in here. I got some follow-up stuff, but y'all go ahead. Hey, y'all jump on in there, man, because we back to RBU, fellas. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey,
I felt different, but go ahead, B.
Man, let me tell you, man, I'm excited about this running back room from the perspective of not that we just have a ton of returning guys, because we really only have some young guys coming back, right? We lost our top two backs, but these freshmen coming in, man, I've been really, really hankering for somebody who could take the top off from the backfield, for these past few years. And I think that we got two guys coming in, dynamic, speed burners, and they can go. They some dogs out of that backfield, man. I'm talking about Dwight Phillips Jr. and Nate Frazier. Both of them guys running 1,000. Then you got Agent Zero in the backfield looking like a defensive end taking a handoff. That's my guy, Robinson. Man, we are good. Then let me not be remiss and not mention Etienne. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that talent coming into the backfield, coming between the hedges and Athens, man. I'm excited about what we have in that backfield, but I'm even more excited about the competition these guys are going to create amongst each other, because what we do know is whoever take that number one RB position, they're going to be ready for prime time day one, because that's how we roll with Kirk. I'm excited about that backfield, baby.
Big fat. So before me and CA jump in here, Thad, you said I made the comment say we probably back to RBU. You said you felt a little different. Tell us your thoughts on this running back room, man. High school recruit and Etienne.
Yeah, I mean, JV kind of, touched on it a little bit. What we have coming back is talent. We never not had talent. That's not the problem. But the experience.
I got you.
And not only experience, if I'm right, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Just in terms of the guys that we got coming back on the roster that played last year, they all coming off injury. So nobody is proven.
Well, to the injury part, what I say is Rod, his wasn't no ACL or nothing. He got hurt in want to say game 3, and then he played against Florida State. I thought he looked healthier. Andrew Paul is now 16 to 18 months removed from his ACL in 2022, and he looks like the experience. I agree with you, but I feel like I don't feel like Branson Robinson. I've been trying to tell some of the Dog Nation, Branson Robinson gonna contribute, but he not gonna be Branson Robinson again. I mean, we saw with Nick Chubb, like in 2016 Kirby first year, Nick Chubb went for a stack, but he still wasn't Nick Chubb. You know what I'm saying? So Branson Robinson, I could see him because he got hurt in fall camp this past year.
You know what, Coach?
Yeah.
And guys, the thing to that question is, like I think in any rotation, everybody has their own thing. But that's what I haven't seen. I'm glad he was able to go into the portal. And there's a reason why. You have to give these coaches credit. There's no disrespect to anybody on our roster. It's a reason why they reach in the portal at certain positions and grab players. And these players ain't coming to add depth. Because they know they missing something. Each one of those guys that we have on the roster, they bring a certain great element to the game. But I don't know if any of them that I've seen enough to say they can be in there 3 downs a game. I mean, 3 downs every 3 downs. And I think that's what Etienne brings to our offense. And that's why they went in and got him in the portal.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think Etienne is that guy. He does have some concerns in the pass pro, but he's got all off season, to get that right. I don't think he was bad at it. He just wasn't super great at it at Florida, but that also could be, some of the system that you in, when
he'll get better at it here if he want to play.
If he want to play, he definitely gonna get better at it. I think if you watch the All-American game, the reason why I'm excited about this room is Nate Frazier is because when we went from, James Cook catching the ball out the backfield and Kenny McIntosh catching the ball out the backfield. Sony could catch the ball out the backfield. We threw it out the backfield last year, but it wasn't that same feeling. Nate Frazier, that's where he specialized. He specializes in catching the ball out the backfield, like when we shift out when we motion him out to the edge and he covered by a linebacker, automatically give it to him. That's the exact same play they ran for him in the All-American game. They motioned him out, linebacker went with him. Man, to be honest with you, it looked about like like the James Cook and the Kenny McIntosh. So that's why I'm excited for this room, because we got some of that stuff. Not just good runners, but we got some all-around guys coming up in here. Some home. I think we got about 2 or 3 game breakers if that's what we got. I think we got some smash mouth guys too. I think and I'll be honest, when I'm watching the Florida State game, Robinson looked a little more fleet of foot than I thought. Like, I knew he was a good runner, but that dude was making some cuts and some moves that a guy his size shouldn't be moving, making. AP in the building. What's going on, AP? Go ahead, CA.
Coach, I was really excited about Rod Robinson. I like the explosiveness he showed. I think what Thad said does have a lot of credibility. We got a lot of talent. We got more talent, I feel like, especially if we can stay healthy. But the experience factor is going to definitely weigh in. Pass pro is going to be important. The guy that can block is he'll probably play the most. If I can get that out, he'll probably play the most because we plan to use that quarterback. Carson ain't coming back to just hand it off. So I'm pretty sure we'll have opportunities to dump it to a few of these guys out of the backfield because I do see that skill set available. But who's going to pick up that outside linebacker when I don't motion you out of the backfield? I need to understand, is it going to be Cash Jones? Am I looking at a situation where he's the only experienced guy and I got to put him in that spot when I know he's not big enough per se? Not to take anything from him. He's got a lot to his game, but pass protection is going to be important. Am I going to have to keep a tight end in and reserve that spot when really I've been more dynamic using my tight ends down the field, stretching that defense out? Bobo's got a role to play because he still got to put these pieces together, but Carson is going to be driving the ship and he'll have all the options. So whoever's in that backfield has got to be versatile enough to do what that quarterback needs him to do, whether it's protect or catch that ball. Because running between the tackles, we're just going to assume that's easy. The line is the line. The skill set is the skill. Just hit the hole and close your eyes if you got to. But when I need you to pass protect, your job on the line. And so is our whole life as far as that football nation is concerned. So pass pro is going to be big. One of these guys is going to have to step up. I'm hoping to see, that's what the spring is for. And I want to learn somebody's name that way.
Big facts to CA's point and to Ant's question, Judkins or ETN, which would I rather have? The pass pro is so serious when it comes to the running back and the way we play ball. Right now, I would say Judkins is the better pass pro guy. And he's had more snaps, even though they both came in the same class. ETN didn't get as many, I ain't gonna say snaps, as many touches. Like ETN played a lot.
Decide where he's going, or did he retire?
Yeah, he committed to Ohio State. He committed to Ohio State. So apparently it was a mutual parting of ways. So that's what Ole Miss says. So you know what I'm saying?
That's what Lane would do though. Lane ain't gonna lose it like that, then come out and be like, man, we miss him. Lane petty. So he gonna say it was mutually beneficial both ways.
Right. I told him he wasn't getting 60% of the touches he got. Man.
Right. Thunder, you sooner. What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you stopping by, man.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, man, like I say, JV, you got anything on that running back room, man, before we move to the next position?
Man, not necessarily outside of what I had already mentioned. Like I said, man, I'm excited about what we have coming in. I think our running back room is going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle of attrition, and whoever win that number one spot, man, I think it's going to be roll ready. I just want to see Agent Zero get in there and punish people this season. I seen that young man up close and personal, and thought he was a DN until I saw his name on the back of his shirt. And
really?
Can you run your whole offense with him?
No. Because I think that he has some limitations when it comes to, like catching the ball in the backfield. coming through the line, making those cuts. You don't have to work that. But I ain't say. I just say I want to see him punish some folks. So I want him to get the ball when the other guys don't wore folk out, and I want him to give it to them and let them feel that power with them dogs. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think
Really
with
almost
time,
in game shape, baby. I don't know who got y'all, but I'm almost in game shape.
Look like you're ready to roll.
Right. I think with time, if he, work on catching out of the backfield, like JB said, I think you could then run your whole offense through him. I think he got that ability. Of course,
in the play action game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he can pass. We know he can tote the tater. Can he catch it out of the backfield? And how good is the pass pro on a consistent basis, picking up blitzes and things of that nature? Because they're going to be sending the house at Carson. They don't want to give Carson no time, or it's going to be a long day for him. So if he could do that, like I say, working on it with experience, I think so. I think with experience, you could run the whole playbook through him. Like I say, I'll be honest, I didn't know he was as like I say, most of the time you see him like kind of running over people, but he was running over people at the Florida State game and running around some people too. So
his footwork was a little better than anticipated.
Exactly.
And that comes with experience.
Said well.
Game slows down, you get to play faster,
Right, right. All right, man.
And you got consecutive snaps too.
Right, consecutive snaps and getting your juices, getting lathered up. You know what I'm saying, as they would say. So the wide receiver position, man, listen, we lost a total between NFL draft people, portal people, and seniors or whatever. We lost 7 wide receivers. I know people's going crazy, like, how many transfer portal wide receivers are you going to take? I didn't count, and that ain't counting none of the walk-ons. That's just 7 straight wide receivers that we lost, and we replaced them with 2 high schoolers and 3 wide receivers from the portal. So, I mean, you have to cut some of the numbers because I think we like 2 or 3 still over the total number of scholarships for the team wise anyway. But I thought it was a good haul overall. The guy I'm looking at is Kobe Young from Miami. That dude's 6'5", I want to say 220, kind of like the guy we had that came from Miami in 2019.
You're talking about he was 15, number 15.
Yeah, he was number 15, and he was good. He was good, dog. And he had a couple of injuries that kind of set him back, but when we had him and then a freshman George Pickens,
his senior year, he balled out.
Ooh, he balled out for us, dog. And I'm like, if he can be anything like that, like him, we'd be good. You know what I'm saying?
Tight end in the league.
He do play tight end. He put on some more, like I think he was getting bounced around a little bit. He started putting on a little bit more weight. He said, hey, man, I just want to play, man. Move me inside. So now he's playing tight end. He's still in the league, too. So that's the one guy I'm looking for. I could say we could spend plenty of time going through these guys, man. Of course, you got London Humphreys coming over, from Vandy. He, for those that don't remember, he is the 1 touchdown Vandy scored against us. So I want to say he's 6'3" too. So we got a little height, and then we got some guys that can wiggle. So Thad, you saw, I know you don't kept up with some of them. Any of them you excited about coming in?
Actually, you kind of stole my thunder. That the guy from Miami, I really wanted to see, man. But I'm gonna play negative Nancy just a little bit here. Why not stay? Why not stay on my horse? That's been one of the rooms. And CA might have a different opinion. That's been one of the rooms that I'm been a little bit underwhelmed with, especially when it comes to whether it be keeping our talent, developing our talent, or whatever we may be doing. I don't know what's going on. I hate that we have to keep going into the portal. I'd be very excited about a lot of these guys that, that we have come in. And I would like to see them be developed and come through the program and be stars. So, going and having these, just like the guys we had, Ra and other guy, was it Ra? We had Dominique Lovett. Yeah, good guys, good. I like all that. It just, once again, as opposed to me seeing Z Hayes come back, see his development, I really wanted to see him flourish. I got to see.
We still got.
No, I'm just saying I got to see more people from the portal. Oh yeah, my boy. But I said I got to see more people from the portal.
Williams, yeah, Tyler Williams is there, but you're right. Z Hayes hit the portal. I'm with you. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
And these guys that's coming through the portal, I wonder if they taking snap from these kids getting developed. But once again, I'm trusting my coaching staff because it's a reason why they're going in the portal. It's something that whether they seeing or they not seeing.
Yeah.
And so we're not immune to the effect of the portal and other things that's happening in the transition of college football. So with that being said, I'm excited to see the kid from Miami. I want to see a kid with that kind of size come in. We haven't had that in a minute. With that athleticism. So I'm willing to see that, especially with Carson Beck. I can see them making a lot of connections.
Yeah, Rob get in and say it was Lawrence Cager. That was the other Miami receiver that we're Lawrence Cager. And I think it is. I think going to the portal is twofold for the wide receiver position. I think because again, a lot of wide receivers coming out of high school looking for 1,000 yards. You ain't gonna get 1,000 yards here, man. We spread that thing around. That's just what it is. So we've lost 2 wide receivers, and then I think it's a numbers thing. And like Shawty said, it's partially a numbers thing, and it's partially we ain't seeing what we want to possibly in the development. Z was a different story. Fran Brown was his primary recruiter. You know what I'm saying? So once Fran Brown got the job, I knew Z was gonna hit the portal because go with your recruiter. I ain't mad at that. He from the Northeast, but I'm looking forward to Tyler Williams still on the roster. So I know it's like that. I got Rob in the building. What's going on, Rob?
Welcome home, E.
Fellas, I could not let y'all start y'all without me, man. Yeah, hey, I got stuck on 285, but I'm here. Hey, boy, I want to bring some more glasses to the show too. I was listening to y'all, so yeah.
I feel left out. I need some shades or something.
Hey, man, really, man, I got one thing I want to say, man. I hate to be this guy. I hate to be this fan. But, man, watching that game last night and watching the playoffs overall, I'm like, dog, we'd have beat all these teams.
Hey, E, you see, I'm still letting them know. Like, come on, baby. UGA, baby. We still the champions.
I hate to be that guy.
Big facts. No. Big facts. CA, you got anything on the wide receivers, man? Before we roll on?
I do. That wide receiver, it's close to my heart. Thad, you already know. We in our feelings about this. I feel the same way. Because, you mentioned some key terms. Can we recruit, develop, and keep a guy at the wide receiver spot? And I was thinking, I'm like, man, hell no. It's a diva position. We come to shine. And if we don't get that opportunity, you know what? And the truth of the matter is, in my opinion, I'm just speaking from my experience, that position takes time to develop. If you got a veteran quarterback, Erik didn't have time to wait on me to get right. Mm-hmm. So that portal is giving you some guarantees, and those guys in the portal, the portal's going to benefit receivers more than anybody because they can chase a good quarterback. Mm-hmm. We got Miami, USC, Vanderbilt. I like what number 9 did in our bowl game. I can't even learn the kid name because he ain't gonna get no burn.
Anthony Evans.
See that what I just said? Does that hurt the development? That I'm saying. So it's just like it's a catch-22. You know what I mean?
Right. True, but I think that's across the board. I don't know who can keep a good receiver.
I don't.
Like as soon as you get hot, money calls you, and then you like, wait a minute, and you got a quarterback. I can go get a quarterback. X amount of dollars and the ball.
That point, that's why we got Michael Jackson III.
Exactly. So veteran receivers are gonna want to come, and
he left a passing prolific offense. You know what I'm saying, under Lincoln
to come block, get this money, and play for a pro.
And Carson Beck was. He said Carson Beck was a huge reason he came.
We prolific. We prolific doing it too.
Yeah, don't get none of them guys if Carson don't stay.
Listen, he said Carson spread the ball around. So, because they asked him about playing time and sharing. He said, well, Washington had 3 or 4 wide receivers that was top notch. And I think Carson spread that ball around. So.
And this is another thing people don't realize. When you come here, it ain't so much about the playing time, but you're going to get the chance to play possibly 2 or 3 more games when ain't nobody else playing. Right. So everybody get a chance to see you.
Yeah.
Big facts.
I got a question, guys. So we talking about wide receivers. Oh, my bad.
Think about this real quick.
Hold on, JB. So we got a question from Sooner Legends say, Mike Wilkinson say, CA, what year did you play for Georgia? 93 to 96?
No, 94.
94, 97.
Hold up, coach. I'm right here. Oh, my bad.
Yes. It's me.
Yeah,
Ain't this me?
94, 97. Yeah, a straight 4. 94 to 97. Those
I be wanting
seasons
to
are what
put
I do.
I be wanting to put CA and E-Rod class together. My bad.
I ain't got that
Yeah,
many
no, he
stripes.
had
You
to
know,
be.
that's big, bro. Still.
Yeah, hold on now. Wait a minute.
No, that was respectfully.
Wait a minute. Now you threw what you did.
No, I didn't. It came out
Bev
crazy.
just said you asking me, I'm trying to tell.
All right, so
Yeah, I got
JB
there late.
JB and E-Rod, y'all both had something going on, dog.
Hey,
Yeah.
mine's
So my
short,
question.
E.
Okay, go ahead, JB.
I was just gonna say, man, with the exit of course, the best tight end in UGA history, two-time MAC award winner, Mr. BB Brock Bowers, that's also opening the doorway for somebody else to be able to step in and have folks come in. You know, they know them balls gonna have to go somewhere.
Yep.
And we ain't 100% sure they're gonna float into the hands of old Lawson Lucky and Delp. But that's another reason why we got some of these guys signing up too, because we got to get those balls somewhere.
Big facts. E-Rob.
Yeah. So who's just real quick? Who's gonna replace Rosemary Jack Saint? Because I think he's gonna be harder to replace than most things. You know, he's just a great leader.
I'm looking at Dylan Bell.
Yeah.
Dylan
Okay.
Bell. I'm looking
That's
at
a good
Dylan
call.
Bell. Yeah,
That's a good
Dylan
call.
Bell, the guy, he's going into his third year. He's been real productive. I think the guys like him. Everybody look up to him or whatever. And I feel like he can do some of the same things on the field, which will command some of that respect as well. So I'm looking at
He's different.
Yeah,
They better
I'm looking
block.
at Dylan
That's
Bell.
what he better do.
No,
They
he
better
I
be
need him
better
to come
like
off that press game too, though. I need him to
He can win
definitely come off that
one-on-one.
press game.
Yeah. So that's a good question. He's a good question. All right, man. Let's move on to the next position, man. Next position, we're going to the trenches, man. The big uglies. We got 6 of them. 6 of them. Take it away, E-Rob.
Hey, look, man. This is what people don't really. We got the #1 class, and it's really, man, it's trench work on the offensive and defensive line. So we went heavy there. And when we talk about this offensive line, when we talk about a great, this is a wall we bringing in. All these kids are 6'5" or better. All of them 325 or better. These kids are 17 years old. 17. This before they get to Georgia, and we put that superpower on them, put that other stuff in them. So Kirby's just doing a great job of bringing these kids in, and he's selling them on development because they know that they're not going to come in and play. They know they're not going to come in and play. They're going to have to wait 1, maybe 2 years. It matters. This is why we're not going to have a drop off. And if we can just keep having a trigger man, you have these offensive lines, the beat goes on. So I'm loving it.
Yeah, big time, man. Like I say, a lot of these guys are already on campus, man. They already got the size. But like E-Rod said, we got to put a little finishing touches on them, man. Yeah. These guys, 6 of them, though. We normally take 5, but I guess, Stacey Searles and Kirby said, let's just add 1.
Never had too many. Never had too many.
Just so the ops can't get him. At least not.
Hey, man, these young kids are gargantuan, man.
They're
like,
huge.
what in the hell is going on in these people's households? Like, they gotta be feed. They gotta have them on like a mutagen drip, dog. Like, how are you 17 years old, 6'6", 360 pounds?
Who feeding him?
And
what
these
are you
dudes
feeding
can
this
move,
kid?
and they can move too, dog. Like, this is unnatural to be able to move the way they are.
And to E-Rod's
that's the thing.
point,
You got to
man,
understand it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shawty.
No, I was just gonna say to E-Rod's point, he actually made some good points. I think one of the reasons why, ironically speaking, that's one of the few positions that you can, other than D-line and maybe some of the secondary, you can and able to develop players because we play so many.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why we're able to stay so good, constantly good up front, is because we're able to play 8, 9 guys a year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So once again, that development is big and key, man, and not have to maybe go in portal and get offensive line. I think if we have to start doing that, I start.
Yep.
That's when you're in trouble.
That's when I start worrying.
You're right, that's a real program in trouble when you're digging in there looking for linemen.
Because I would say I would go. I would. That's what I was about to say. That I would bet because you said to your point. Offensive linemen tend to know they're not going to get on the field for the most part that first year, maybe even 2 years. So they willing to stay and develop, and that's the hardest position to get out of the portal. You going to get offensive lineman out of the portal. You hoping that kid from Yale is good. You know what I'm saying?
Left tackle. You looking for a tackle in the portal. It's a bad.
Boy, you hurting. Boy, you're in a bad.
You let 2-3 years get away from you.
You playing a freshman or a redshirt freshman at quarterback at that point because your older guys getting the hell on.
Everybody go.
You see that tackle for Washington last night? The right tackle for Washington, dog. They identified him early in the game.
They took turns.
It matters, dude. That was the game right there. You know what I'm saying? You got to be strong.
Getting up under him all night.
Hey, going around him and just everything, dude, however you want it.
Thunder OU says, can Georgia make Michael Jackson III a better receiver after he played at USC? He'll definitely look different. I can tell you that. He's definitely going to block, which I don't know if he was asked to block. I don't think a lot of receivers at USC are asked to block, which is he's already.
If we see you, you're gonna block.
One thing I like about Michael Jackson III, he kind of like a Dylan Bell type. He's built low to the ground. He's 6 foot, about I want to say like 205, 210. Yeah, and he plays.
That's what they got him listed at.
Got to find a way to get him more touches, man, next year.
Punt return, kick return. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so between him and Anthony Evans, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have that all sold up. So I think he'll definitely look different. And hey, listen, man, we'll see what it all comes to. I think in a different system, sometimes you need some fresh air to get back to who you was when you came out and you was that elite player, man. So, hey, O-line seems to be in good hands under Stacey Searles, man. Like I say, these guys, I don't look for any of these guys to contribute, but they will grow this year under his tutelage, man. Now, we flip the sides of the ball, man. And I would think we would collectively agree that we need some help on this D-line. And when I say help, we got experience and we got some run stoppers. We got some really good guys, but we didn't have, like Thad say, we didn't have no disruptors, those special guys.
Dude, you just can't do nothing with him. You just can't do nothing with him.
Just can't.
Not till he get tired. Yeah, he got to get tired before he can break it.
Hey, like dude from Michigan last night, number 55. Number 55 wrecked that game last
55
night.
55 is true. I'm talking about looking at him with my raggedy birds.
Man.
Hey, but it
didn't matter how many they sent.
Yeah, just as much work as they did on the O-line and recruiting, they did it in the D-line too. So I'm hoping some of these guys, and I know all these guys ain't gonna contribute early, but I'm hoping that at least one or two of these guys could be like that Jared Carter, where Carter, you just couldn't keep him off the field. Jalen Carter. Now we did get a transfer from South Carolina, Xavier McLeod. He had a sack. He was a true freshman last year. He had a sack and a interception. Early in the season, some different things went down. He wanted the red shirt, developed a little bit. They had injuries. They wanted him to play. Disagreement.
That's what went on. Really?
So he got
that's what happened.
He did get dismissed from a team, but that was like he wanted to. I think it was a collective from his camp. They saw the way the season was going. He wanted some more development. He was like, I already played in my 4 games. Can I just red shirt? Beamer needed him because of injuries. He said, we can't red shirt you. Disagreement. He didn't travel to Missouri. Dismissal from the team. That's how.
As a Gamecock, I would hate that. I would hate that kind of. I wouldn't want that. As a Bulldog, this is your chance to let the NFL know you want to really play football. Like you really need to come in here and get off that. You need to get because you're a hell of a player.
It's different here, though.
Our environment is like going to the Patriots. You want to, right. I need him to know that. I need him to act as such, because I saw some talent. I did watch a little bit of that tape, and I remember we recruited him too. We tried to get him the first time around. So
we did.
That's a great addition, not for just depth. I think he has the potential to be a playmaker, especially if he comes in with that chip on your shoulder to drive you.
Real talk. We did go after him real hard. He was the number 1 player in South Carolina coming out in 2023. And we did want him. He ended up choosing to stay at home. But he in Athens now. And like y'all said, it's a different environment here, man. Honestly, it's either, hey, listen, man, you either get on board or you be in the
we gonna
portal
pass you
again.
by. You get in the portal. We'll holler at you. We wish you well.
Bro, if we don't get them special players up front, our linebackers, our safeties, neither can our corners be great. And we know they're great, but they can't play great. Or that make them average almost, knock them down just being damn good players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got to find that disruptor to up front. Period.
Listen, man, we did have Stackhouse, come back. He's coming back.
Brinson?
I don't know.
What's up with Brinson?
Brinson and Ingram Dawkins. I personally haven't seen the official word. I know they're leaning towards it, but I haven't seen the official word. That'll do a lot for depth wise. Do a lot for depth wise. The guy that I'm looking for, and we'll talk a little bit more about it when we go through the depth charter in the coming weeks, but it's Christian Miller. Christian Miller, I think he's that guy.
He flashed.
He's the Devontae Wyatt. I think that's that guy. But in the recruiting, we got a little African connection going on here, man. We got Joseph Jonah Jonye and Namdi Boko, man. Listen, man.
Damn.
Good job.
Good job.
Hey,
now, you in mid-season form already.
I'm like JV, dog. Hey, listen, we got to be ready, dog. Ready for the season tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, but we did numbers there, man. So we got a lot of good numbers on that front. But like Thad said, we need somebody to step up. And listen, I wouldn't mind if it was one of these freshmen we could have for about 3 years. You know what I'm saying? They may not start, but at least coming in and show some flashes. And Xavier, if you get to see this, man, we know you got the talent. Do you have the desire? That's all we need to know. Do you have the desire to be that game breaker that we need? Because if we can get us some game breaker, these next couple guys we're going to talk about.
We got the depth to help you continue to be special. Because every time you get out there, you can be 100. And we're going to go on and bring you out and put another stud out there and let you get a few more and get you back out there and continue to be 100.
But they ain't had that in South Carolina. This different, man. That's what I'm saying. It's just different here, man. You want to go out here and play for this because you got that kind of.
That's right. That depth allows you to do that. That depth allows you to come out here and go 100 this play. If you tired, come on out. And then you can go back out there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to hold up the whole defense by yourself. Like we got some.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna want to get back out there because them other folks gonna be making plays.
They're making plays. It's different here. That's what I'm talking about. It did different.
Listen, Coach, panel. When you in a position where you are seeing your counterparts make plays, even though you might be happy for them, you can't wait to go out there and put your name next to some stats too. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. That's the difference with other teams in Georgia. Like certain teams, they don't have depth. So these guys who start, they want to have their name in lights. At Georgia, you want to have your name mentioned in the stat sheet because you know that the guys that's playing next to you got their names in the stat sheets. They high-level guys, high-intensity guys because they are playing for a high-intensity coach who demands the most, who develops you and who puts people in that league. So if you get out there on that field, be damn if I'm gonna go out on that field and let my homeboy, who I'm happy for, he got a sack or two, outshine me because I'm definitely gonna have to get some burn. I'm gonna be in that meeting room the next day and the next couple of days watching film, and I got to have a coach call my name.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had a coach call my name.
Big facts, man. Other guys we got, Nasir Johnson, Jordan Thomas, and Justin Green. Two of those guys I know for sure Nasir and Jordan played in All-American games. These guys got the body type, man, and the want to. Hey, you got, I don't know which one it is. Like I say, 21 of the 28 are early enrollees. I don't know everybody's name, but getting on, I know Joseph Jonah Jonye, definitely. He was at the Orange Bowl with his jersey on. So hopefully he getting right up there in Athens right now, man. Anybody got anything else on the D-line, man, before we jump to the next position? All right, so we're going to stick in the trenches, but we're going back to the offensive side of the ball. We're going to talk about somebody to play in the trenches, but also spread out wide, and that's that tight end position, man. Brock Bowers, best tight end in UGA history. Some would say college football history, but we'll leave that to the debate. We got some.
I will say that. We ain't gonna leave nothing to the debate.
I knew you were gonna say something, Coach.
Hey, set them up.
Stand on it. Show me somebody. Show me somebody. Put somebody up there and let me knock them down. That's why Bowers was the man.
We
Go
got
ahead, Coach. I'm sorry.
Listen, man. Oh, you good. We got Jaden Riddell and Colton Heinrich, man, to go along with, like JB said earlier, Oscar Delp and Lawson Lucky. Jaden Riddell, man, and Colton, they both, I want to say one 6'3.5", the other one 6'4". They fit that same bill, you know, the Oscar Delps and the Lawson Lucky, big but can run. The question is, what I want to see this year, regardless of who it is, I don't care if it's a freshman or somebody returning. I need better blocking.
Better block. I knew you would tell. Yeah, absolutely.
Saying, Brock, I hate to put you up there, but Brock didn't do you no favors. He set the bar high. He could pass. He could run. He could catch. He could take reverses. He could block. So you gotta have to step up, and that's what I'm gonna look for from any of these guys, man. A lot of inexperience, I would say, outside of Oscar Delp. We don't have a lot of experience there. I mean, Lawson did get to play, but I'm gonna look for some of these guys. It's an opportunity to be had. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that might be the best blocking unit.
A bit.
You think so? You think less 12 personnel, less 12, because we didn't do no 13 last year. So you think less 12 personnel?
We can run 12 personnel. I mean, it's gonna change the play calling period, because these guys are just not as dynamic. As good as they are, they're just not as dynamic, as quick twitch as Brock Howard was. So a lot of the things that you could do
with Brock,
try to get mismatches, it's gonna be tougher to do, but you can still run your personnel. It's just gonna change the play call.
Nobody has a Brock Bowers, and there are other tight ends for other teams who are playing at a high level. So you know what I'm saying? They ain't as twitchy as Brock Bowers. So there are ways to make this work.
Right. Just
Oscar Delp was highly rated. Yep.
Yeah. Sure. Hey, definitely don't want to leave out Pierce Sperling, man. Pierce Sperling, big six tight end, man. He's
big long good.
Big long strider. So
hey, Coach, real talk though. In that bowl game, the Delp was putting in work in that inline blocking, bro. I don't know if y'all was checking him out, but he was.
JB, let me throw you a flower. I was just gonna say, I think the tight ends are gonna be a much better blocking unit altogether because they can't be Brock. So when you know you ain't Hassan Graham, you better get out there and pin that safety to the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they understand that. And I think because I also feel like my receiving core is gonna take a step back. You know, losing Jack Saint, that was a huge force on that perimeter blocking.
And then,
exactly, you know, guys that would put the effort in and stick your nose in there. You know, these new guys coming in have to develop that, and it's going to be a little bit on the fly. The tight ends, yeah, they're young, but they know what it takes. They saw the best do it, and they know they're not necessarily that. So on the other side of their game, I think they're both going to be extremely good, especially blocking in the run game.
That is, I like that. I like to hear that for sure. Go ahead, Nat.
They're gonna have to.
I was gonna say, I think that what myself and Erik was saying is that, matter of fact, Erik might say what he want to say. Now I'm messing.
You need glasses,
but
not
just on some real stuff. I just think he did really. I just think they're gonna be more kind of. I don't want to say traditional.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying, it'll be more towards back to something like that. We can still run the 12 personnel and be successful, but we won't be, I say, as gimmicky with the tight end.
Yeah, we won't be running
no. We ain't running no end rounds with none of them.
Y'all ain't getting no more carries.
hey, look, I'm gonna say this. This young guy, Jaden Riddell, man. This guy, man, I'm excited. He got something, man. I'm excited.
Say it, JB. You see a little twitch.
Man, listen, this cat is athletic, bro. So this dude standing 6'4", 233 right now, you know, after some, you know, some protein and some training table, he'll probably end up being about 245, you know, by the time the season starts. I'm loving what this guy brings. And then, of course, we got the other guys there. I mean, this is going to be, I think, a surprise room, but I want to see him develop, you know, into like that third or fourth game of the season, you know, because it's going to be hot and heavy for us this year, fellas.
That's right. So keep your eyes straight out of JV mouth, man. Keep your eyes on Jaden Riddell, man. That dude might have a little something for us, man. So we're going to jump back over to the defensive side of the ball, man. And the people that can benefit if we got a good D line, man, is those linebackers, man. We saw some young guys take the field this year. we had 3 of the top 10 linebackers come in 2023, and we got 3 of the top 10 linebackers coming in 2024. Glenn Schumann, and they're not playing no games out there in this linebacker room, though. They really not. And listen, man, all success, all well wishes to our guy JDJ. You know what I'm saying? He's going to Kentucky, but these young guys are coming, and this is one of them positions where I used to think linebacker would take a year. They say, hey, I'm here now to play. I ain't come here to wait 2-3 years. I'm here right now. So CJ Allen did that. But in the recruiting class, man, Justin Williams, the number 1 linebacker in the nation, Chris Cole was in the top 10, and Christopher Jones, man. Like all 3 of these guys, they look like they're ready, dog. I'm telling you, like body types, and speed. Justin, I think out of the group, of course, being the number 1 guy, I see more film on him, and I think that guy gonna be special. I don't know if he's gonna be special this year, but he definitely gonna be special because we got some special guys still, what I'm saying, from the 2023 class. We can't forget about them. You know what I mean?
He the smallest one, coach.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, we talking about these kids of 17 and 18.
Right.
Hey, man, this linebacker is a 6'3", 225 coming out of high.
30, yeah. That's crazy.
Listen, man.
They can run, they can do everything, man. It's crazy.
I would have did it too, JDJ. We understand.
Hold up, man. Yeah. Look, when you go in the division, I ain't wishing you well. I ain't gonna play around like I'm happy for you. Get the hell on.
I mean,
going right in the division.
I'm saying I would have transferred too because I know what's coming in.
True. I'm talking about this coach.
I'm gonna wish him some health then. How about that? I don't know.
That's what I was just gonna say, man. That really, with the way things worked out, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not wishing nothing bad on nobody, but him getting injured with the way things turned out was the best thing that could have happened. Because he wasn't playing at a high level.
Big fact.
And it was good. We got this young kid in here. He was able to get all those lumps and get all that film in. So when he come back next year, he good. He already ahead of the game. Yeah. Right. And we ain't wasting time trying to see is Duma Johnson is he back up.
Don't hit the A gap for me finally.
Hey, Smile coming back. You know what I'm saying? To lead these young guys, man, show them the ropes. So I'm definitely happy about that as well, man. Smile and Chaz Chambliss is returning to show these young whippersnappers the ropes.
Coming back was huge.
Yeah,
and I think them young bucks gonna light a fire on the Smile too, because he can see them back there. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna get him back to where he was a year or two ago.
And hopefully
you just
we'll
need
get a healthy Smile
that chemistry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you need exactly. I think them young boys gonna give him a little fire too. Yep. So
yeah, hopefully we get 100% healthy Smile. Shout out to Smile for playing through injury because we definitely needed it.
A chance to have a great career.
I mean, he know the playbook.
Look out, Chaz Chambliss just being there so long.
Yeah, he been there about 7-8 years for sure.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot of fun. I was just saying
about
he had a great
career. I mean,
it's the reason why he's Mr. Underrated. Reason why he's Mr. Underrated, man.
You lost that one.
Oh man. Shout out to Chad Chevin, man. Appreciate you. Help these young ladies, man. Show these young boys the ropes, man. Show them how to get after it. Because one thing you do is go hard every play.
You go hard, yeah.
So, hey, man.
Hey, whoever that front pulling old lineman is, he gonna catch.
He give what he want, don't he, V?
He's giving it all to him. He might not make the play, but they get crushed.
That guard gonna pay. He gonna pay for pulling.
Right.
Are we gonna have a jack linebacker this year?
Well,
I hope so.
I hope so. They moving Michael Williams out there.
Good. We need 2 or 3 dudes out there. Come on, man.
They moving Michael, but we got Gabe Harris from last year's class, number 35. I can't remember his name, but we got some guys we got some guys that can rush the passer, but I'm looking at Michael to set that edge. So that's one of the things that we was missing on a consistent basis this year, setting that edge. We brought in Quintavious Johnson in, one of these outside linebacker types to play that as well. So I think he'll get to learn under Michael and what's his name, number 11, Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker will be a jacket.
Love him. I love him. Look, that's my guy right there.
Setting the edge. I think that's what you're looking for, Shawty, right? Setting that edge. That was one of the,
We all looking for
areas
that.
the areas of
That
concern.
was a
You know what I'm
concern.
saying?
All year. All year.
So I mean, and to the back end, man, I mean, it don't stop. It just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Well, I thought last year was the best year, you know, recruiting in. They come out and they get the number one safety in the number one corner and 2 or 3 other corners, man. You got number one safety is KJ Bolden. He flipped that commitment, man. Hey, last minute, he said Kirby stayed on him. And what's funny is his quote after the Orange Bowl. He said, "Woo, that was rough right there. I'm glad I'm not on the other side." Shout out to KJ Bolden, man. Then Erik Robinson from IMG, man, number one corner in the nation, man. They got him. And then, hey, DeMelo Jones and Andre Evans. I'm telling you, man, these dudes
they
right
can
here.
play.
Hey, that's
Say it again, E-Rob.
Nah, them dudes can play, man. I'm telling you. Yes.
Better
Hey,
somebody.
listen, shout out to Alan Johnson, my son, man. He got DeMelo Jones on his surprise watch list. On both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he's a baller.
KJ is another one to look out when he starts getting in a rotation. He can play on both sides of the ball. He's just an athletic freak. He you know what I'm saying, kind of, I ain't gonna say he's Malachi but Malachi did play a lot of quarterback in high school, you know, on both sides of the ball. That's kind of how KJ played a lot of receiver, you know, catching a lot of touchdowns this year. It's just fast, you know what I'm saying? Just speed and more speed out there. So, like E-Rob said, man, DeMelo and Andre, man, I think those dudes, they highly rated, but because of the star power of the other two, they kind of got overlooked. But I think them dudes gonna bring in something. And after that, man, hey, that position out there, hey, it's open. It's open for the taking. You know what I'm saying?
Like you say,
Fad,
body types. We bringing them body types in too. They all 6 foot, 6'1", long arms and can run.
And listen, they all got a shot.
Back.
When he said it open,
it's open.
Wide open.
Yeah, wide open.
We got Humphrey coming off an injury. He was in the portal. Now he's back. Shout out to Humphrey for making the right decision.
He looked good when he played.
He looked good when he's played. I think, and I told Shawty, man, I got Everett looked like he played with more confidence in that Orange Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He had a whole year. I'm thinking he's gonna be better next year. Kind of make a jump like Kamara, because Kamara wasn't the greatest, you know, his second year, and then last year he was on his own island. So I'm not saying the guy gonna be on his own island, but I do look for Everett to be you know, definitely more stable. But there's still some opportunity because Kirby rotate these guys, so these guys can come in here and
that's what you may see, man. A little bit more rotation, a little bit more combo.
But it's constant evaluation too, man. I mean, not just rotation, constant evaluation. I mean, that's a whole different ball game because, you know, Kirby gonna pull the trigger. If Kirby got somebody who can do the job better, he gonna play that person.
Say
you feel me? So, so we look at both sides wide open. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, and we're gonna again, like, you know, hey, I'm with you, and then we're gonna touch on that a little bit more going forward when we talk about the depth chart in the coming weeks. But these young guys, man, listen, if you on campus already, hey, get in that weight room, hit the books, study the playbook, and get out there, because ain't nothing like somebody don't know where they're going, man. Don't matter if you can go 100 miles if you're going in the wrong direction, because we did see some of that. We see some of that too. So
you can get passed up at Georgia. You better get it. You got to get it, man.
Right.
They're gonna find somebody else who can. They're gonna find somebody else who can. Trust me.
Right.
That's why you'll probably see more combination playing, because we're gonna be so young. There's so many positions, and even the people with experience are gonna be young. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a lot of more freshmen playing this year.
So of that group, E-Rob, which one you looking forward to?
Are the DBs?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to say 2. I'm sorry, Coach. I know you said 1, but I got to say 2, man. I got this dude, KJ Bolden. Just watching him, I watched him play a lot here at Buford. He's just a special talent, and that's coming. And 24, you know how I feel about him. He's a special talent. But Ellis, I watched Erik Robinson play. Hey, boy, we got something.
Now he a dog. We
got something, and he big and we got something. So, you know, boy, I'm just ready, man. I'm like JV. I'm so ready.
Do you move somebody around, or
no? Like
how do you get him on the field?
we gonna rotate. We gonna find a way. You know what I'm saying, and figure it out as the season goes on. That's my opinion.
Yeah, some of these
guys,
guys,
get him on the field though.
Jonel Aguero is either gonna play that other safety or the nickel, but even if he played the nickel, he the only really the nickel that we've had in experience this year. So
I like him.
Some of these,
I like him.
I really like him, but Kirby like you said that he like to rotate him, man. So I think, bro, it's some snaps to be had though. Like you got to get in there and get these snaps now. So
we need to get right before September the 18th, though. We got to be ready when it hits September the 18th.
That's true. We got a long season, but we got to come out ready to do something.
Right.
So yeah, we got to be ready for Clemson.
Start off with this year?
Well, September 28th. September 28th is
28th. I'm my fault.
Yeah,
my fault.
My guy Sharpshooter Podcast. Shout out to Sharpshooter, man. He an Alabama fan, man. He said September 28th, the only date that matters. Roll Tide.
Now we're gonna beat the hell out. We're gonna beat the hell out of Clemson. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. I'm calling that right now. Ass cutting.
Yeah,
beat that out. That's gonna be ass.
That's right. It is gonna be. Sacred Grove said it's gonna be a fun battle in that DB room. I think so. I think if these dudes bring in
a lot of battles in some rooms though.
Yep.
Listen, man.
How it's supposed to be.
That's how. And hey, iron sharpening iron, and like y'all said earlier, man, like you take a play off if you want to. You might not get back on the field. That's just what it is. Be looking at you in the portal.
You'd be like, man, we were sure looking forward to seeing that young guy.
Exactly. I thought he had something.
The next word gonna be coming in this year. Gonna be
right, man. Right.
You better get it. You better get it while it's in front of you, man.
That's right, man. We just go ahead.
No, just real quick. The one way and what we do, and we're gonna to be portal proof, is to recruit at a really, really, really high level. You can kind of mitigate those losses if you keep recruiting at a really high level. I know it's easier. I mean, it's harder said than done, but the fact that we recruit at this level, I mean, the portal's not really going to affect us like it affects 90-something% of the rest of the country.
But that ain't the problem. We get them, but you got to be able to keep them. And sometimes they leave not because it ain't no. I'm just saying it ain't no. Sometimes it's not nothing that we can do. The check come calling or whatever it may be. They leaving. You just can't keep them out.
But we keep recruiting like this, it ain't gonna matter. That's what I'm saying. We mitigate those losses. And who do they have picked to be number one going into next year?
It with all them losses. Vicious cycle we were talking about in the beginning. Now you're getting these kids in, and they're not getting developed. So now they leave. Now you got to go in the portal just to get a veteran in, somebody that got some game experience. So it's just like
we cherry pick.
The game done change, man. The portal done change the way the game is. Everything.
But in Georgia, though, I don't think it's as big a deal because we went to the portal, but I mean we went to the portal and took the whole 4 or 5 guys. You know what I'm saying? Where it's some teams out here taking 12, 15,
double digits, right?
Whole side of the ball new.
So I'm
we ain't Purdue.
Yeah,
we ain't Purdue.
I'm cool with it if we just sealing up the cracks with the caulk. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's just like you said. That's just the way it is, man. With the transfer portal and NIL, man. I ain't mad at these kids, and man, do what you got to do. Just like we go. Some of these kids had that talk too. They came in Kirby's office. They had that talk. Kirby say, "Hey, man, we love for you to be a dog, man, but I'm just gonna be honest with you, dog. You might just want to look somewhere else."
No, that ain't how that conversation went.
That ain't how it went.
I'm gonna play. I want to play. This ain't the year. You might. Nah, you ain't gonna get what you want this year. You might need to go ahead. Check your options out. Call your people. Do that.
Once they hit you with that, check your options out, boy. It's all downhill after that. You can go and check your options. But
not only with the recruiting, fellas. Just think about this though. I mean, because things are so crazy right now in college football, right? And so you got programs that really don't have a standard and a baseline. Georgia has a standard and a baseline. We ain't getting into no bidding wars for people when it comes to NIL. Everybody gonna get their fair share and they pay, but we pushing the long game to these kids. So even when they come in, when they don't play, even if they leave, they understood that the long game is what we do here. it ain't no fugazi when it comes to what we pitching these kids. We pitching them the truth, we pitching them development, and we pitching them if you come in and do the things that are necessary and you play, you will go to the next level. If you do not do the things that are necessary, then you still got options out there after a year or two, and you can explore those things. So I think we're in a good position because what you see is what you get with these kids, parents, and once they hit Athens and you don't play, it ain't no love lost, it ain't no hate, it ain't no hard feelings. We allow you to be able to go wherever you feel like you need to go to get done what you get done.
That what happened when you really get to a place like Georgia too, man. It really becomes a true NFL environment type. And what I mean by that is you literally a freshman, you get there, and as a sophomore, it's a good chance they already got somebody coming in possibly that they looking to.
They're trying to replace you every year. They're trying to replace you.
You know what I'm saying? So that's that trickle down effect, man. Really, a lot of it has to. It's always been like that. Competition should drive that. But like you guys said, man, Kirby got us at a different space and place right now, bro. Look here, man. That locker room you got right there, bro. Play with it if you want to. We need that space. We need that locker.
We'll be looking to move somebody into your locker if you don't get it together. So
nice lockers too, but they got those nice plush lockers now, boy. Woo.
That's right, man. That's right. Hey,
Lamborghini
you're right about that.
You see them the lockers, man, with the big plush chairs and all that, man. I wouldn't even never leave.
Lambo leather is what I heard.
It's Lambo leather. Don't do them like that, boy.
Did I hear that right?
Hey, man. Listen, good show for the opener 2024, man. Y'all make sure y'all come back every Tuesday, going forward. We're going to be putting some things out for you. Next week, we talking depth chart, man. Who going to actually be starting in that 2 deep for defense? And then the following Tuesday, we'll talk all offense, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure y'all come back, bring a friend, and tell that friend to bring a friend. You know what I'm saying? So we can get this thing going. Listen, man, from my co-host, JV, CA, Shouty, E-Rob, and our guy.
Sitting on Lambo leather.
Lambo leather. What's happening?
Missing in action, man. Okay, and remember, always respect the hedges, man. Go Dawgs.
Go Dawgs.
Shout out to Cal.